Are you tired of feeling run down and exhausted? In our fast-paced world, we're often surrounded by toxins that impact our well-being. I provide holistic solutions designed to detoxify your body and environment. With cutting-edge AO voice scan technology, we identify the root causes of your discomfort or dis-ease, making personalized healing easier than ever. Start your transformative journey towards a healthier, toxin-free life, because at White Sands Self-Care, your well-being is our priority.
Do you suffer from anxiety? Ask your doctor about... Actually, don't. Try Vibe instead, the non-drug way to calm your nervous system. No crazy side effects, no floating, no feathers. Just gentle calm, without the side effects, like morphing into a dolphin. Vibe is energy therapy for your body, helping your nervous system reset naturally. Millions of therapy sessions delivered. Vibe. Calm without crazy. Side effects may include deeper sleep, calmer days, and feeling like yourself again.
Well, welcome everyone to another Mindful Monday. What if the healing you've been searching for has been within you all along? Today, we welcome Paul Statton. He's a passionate holistic healer and teacher devoted to helping individuals reconnect with their innate, often forgotten healing abilities. Paul believes that true transformation begins when we break free from inherited patterns, especially family trauma, and step into our own power. His mission is to help others move beyond limitation, reclaim their sovereignty, and awaken the magic within. If you've ever felt that there's more to your healing, your purpose, or your potential, then you are in the right place. Please help me welcome, all the way from Sydney, Australia, the healing wizard, Paul Statton. Paul, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure. I'm actually from Melbourne in Australia.
Oh, pardon me, Melbourne. I swear I saw on there it said Sydney, but it's a beautiful. I have yet to be there, but everything I have studied about it is a beautiful country, and I look forward to going down there sometime.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me on the show.
Oh, absolutely. So, Paul, can we start with your journey? I mean, what experience or turning points led you to becoming a holistic healer?
Great question. When I was a child, I never really felt like I fitted into the family. I feel a bit like Harry Potter living in a Muggle family. I had a very narcissistic parent and I felt controlled, and I didn't feel acknowledged for who I was, especially in my magical abilities. So I sort of tried to fit into the world like most people do. But trying to fit into the world for me made me angry and sad and confused and, oh my God, why am I here in this crazy world? But 1996 was the turning point for me. One of my friends almost died in a car accident. And when I went into hospital to see him, I almost fainted because I thought he was going to die. He had like bars through his legs to hold his legs together. I think the nurse was more worried about me because I was fainting.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, I walked out of that hospital and I sat in the botanical gardens next to the hospital. And I pondered on my life and I thought, well, he was drunk at the time, drink driving. And I thought, well, I was binge drinking at the time, and I thought, that could have been me. I was teaching at university at the time, quite successfully. I won a National Teaching Award in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But I still wasn't happy. So I actually put on for leave, and I never went back. And what I realised is I really wanted to find out how to heal myself. So I did a lot of courses on energy and consciousness. I really found out about myself and who I was. And then I thought, for a bit of fun, I'll help other people. And I realised that it really opened me up to my magical abilities to really connect to people. And really, I could feel people's energy, I could feel what their pain was, and I could help them know how to shift it. So ever since 1996, about 30 years ago, I've been a holistic healer, and I've helped people heal from almost 30 countries, from about 50 countries, including working with the shamans in the Amazon jungle. We work with plants.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And it's been such an exciting journey now because I know what I went through in my life. I've now been able to help other people so they don't suffer as much as I did.
Wow. That's incredible. Yeah, I find a lot of people, and I think that's, I don't, not sure the exact age and stuff that it was, but it was a while, but it seems like something traumatic or something happens that just kind of wakes us up to say, what am I doing or what path, am I on? And that sounds like it kind of happened. I mean, through a friend of yours, but it kind of gave you a different perspective.
Yeah, I like to play with words. I'm a bit of a word magician. And if you look at the word emergency, it sounds like emerge and see. So I feel we have experiences to wake us up. It's not like Snow White where a prince comes and kisses us and wakes us up. It's usually a dramatic love drama where there's so much pain we go, I can't take this anymore. So that was my emergency. And yeah, and I feel that if we learn how to really connect to ourselves, then we can prevent going through a major trauma.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you started on this journey, I mean, did it come naturally to you, or how did that kind of progress as far as getting into your, the healing abilities and holistic? How did you discover all that?
When I was a child, I felt different, like I was very intuitive, I could feel things, but I was
Right.
always told you can't do that, and it's not possible. So then I doubted myself. But when I gave myself permission to go, no, I'm going to learn to heal myself, I opened myself up to all my abilities. I can be very telepathic. I can pick up, when I work with kids, I can pick up their thoughts. Right. I'm quite psychic. I can connect to people across the I can talk to kids who are about to come to the planet but aren't here yet. And I'm realising I'm very sensitive. I opened up to those abilities because I didn't look for acceptance anymore. I sort of like this big light globe came on one day, and during this process after 1996, when I realised that why am I looking for validation from unconscious people? That's crazy. So I realised it was about giving myself permission, and I like the word mission. Mission is like me shine. It's allowing yourself to shine. Because I believe we've all got special gifts, and it's allowing ourselves to use those gifts. And mine are actually in helping people heal, but others are singers or dancers, whatever they are. But mine's in being an empath and helping other people know how to heal themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, no, you were saying that, you always felt different and stuff. But was there certain people, or like, did you have a mentor or like a shaman? Was there something that you seeked out to help, find out, to tap into your abilities even more?
Yeah, I actually went to this talk once. On the drive there, I thought there was going to be three people who were going to help me on my journey. And as soon as I walked through the door, I knew who those three people were, right? One was quite a wizard and he was quite magical. Another one was very strong in kinesiology, and I learned a lot of kinesiology, which is sort of Chinese medicine adjusted for the West. Another guy I learned a lot about how to connect to yourself. But in about a year and a half, I did about 1,000 hours of training in different things because I got leave from university and I was able to have time to heal myself. So I learned from a lot of different people, but I realised that as I connect more to myself, I realised that I've been a healer in many lives before. And I had deja vus when I was in South America. I kept seeing places and I told myself, oh my God, I was here back then and whatever. So I've actually realised that I've had these abilities many, many lives, and it was exciting to actually access them myself this
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. I love that, the whole thing with the wizard and magical, and it is pretty, actually, I would say it is probably a pretty magical feeling. As a matter of fact, when you speak about reconnecting people to their unique magical abilities, what does that really mean, and how can someone begin to access that within themselves?
That's a great question because I feel that's what healing is. Because most people don't understand illness and healing, but from a shamanic perspective, is if you actually block who you are, you block the flow of energy in your body, which creates a symptom. So in a way, shamans always say that illness is caused by disconnecting from your soul. Or the way I word that, you're not embodying your soul. Because I believe we've come here to utilise the body to manifest in the earth dimension. So therefore, healing is about soul retrieval is actually about reconnecting to who you are, including your magical abilities, so that you can manifest your purpose. So I'm talking about magical ability because most people aren't open to being telepathic or connecting to energy or being empathic and have a very strong intuition, because I just know when things are going to happen. So as an example, like before COVID, 3 months before COVID came in, I felt this energy I had to go online. I wasn't actually online that much before then, but my intuition told me to go online. I could feel something was going to happen. So it's like being very sensitive
Mm-hmm.
to things around you so that you actually get more information. Whereas most people think too much, and whereas I'm just actually intuitive. I don't think a lot, I just connect. So the real trick is about connecting with all your senses, which most people call magical. In a way, I just call that normal.
Knowing, yeah, yeah. No, and a lot of us, I think, we ignore those, or we're so busy being busy that we ignore that. You've learned to listen to your intuition, like you said. You knew you needed to go online, something was going to change, and you listened to it and you followed it. I am guilty of being an overthinker, one of those people that overthink things. What would be your suggestion to someone that does overthink things? How do we get rid of that?
Well, it's really interesting because I can see in your right brain. So, because I'm very, I can feel there's heavy energy on your right side of your brain, which means you're blocking your right brain, which is your big picture. Right. It's getting out of your head. Probably one of the, we like particular people that we follow. Eckhart Tolle, I really like a lot.
I do. Yep.
Writing The Power of Now. And he teaches a lot about how to get out of your head, because most people identify with their thoughts and their emotions. We're not our thought, we're not our emotions. So it's, for instance, learning how to be in your heart and to feel. It's learning how to feel your senses of your body. So sometimes it's like sitting there and just feel your body and just, okay, what does my fingers feel like? It's being aware of things around you. And it's like a state of being rather than a state of thinking, which is in a sense of doing. Most people are attached to doing and thinking. Yeah. Well, it's actually giving yourself time to acknowledge that you're not just in the third dimension, you're a multi-dimensional being, and allow yourself to connect with that vibration. So that'd be my suggestion is be aware of your other senses, be connected to your heart, be connected to your body, and then not feel you've got to think all the time, which is actually dangerous because who do you know where your thoughts come from? Might have come from past trauma or might be coming from somewhere in the matrix, news you watched or something. Thinking is actually a dangerous practice.
Yeah, I can see that, and I have read The Power of Now. I love that book, The Power of Now, and The Power of Now: New Earth. I'm thinking it might be time to reread, to reread. But no, absolutely love it. How you stay in the now because the future's not here, and what's done's done. Can't do anything about it. So, yeah, it was a great book. But and I know you help a lot of people with family trauma because, like you said, a lot of that family trauma, it really can run deep, and it often gives people feelings of overwhelming. What's one powerful first step that maybe someone could take to begin breaking those inherited patterns?
That's a great question, Rob. I think the first step is awareness. Because one thing people feel is what illness and stuff they go through in their life is there's something wrong with them. Oh my God, something wrong with me, or oh my God, why have I got a dad like this, or oh my God, why have I got a mum like this? So they're taking things personally. Whereas I think it's really important to understand as part of healing is to understand that you create circumstances to learn to be of service. So in other words, the first step is to take the bigger picture perspective. Rather than, if you take it as a personal thing, for me, like, oh my God, I was controlled by a narcissist. Oh my God, I didn't fit into the world. Well, I'm going to suffer, right? Whereas if you take the bigger picture perspective, okay, I went through this experience with my family to understand something to be of service, right? I'll give an example. Like we just had a client recently, and she had problems sharing her voice. Now, she got sexually abused as a child by her uncle. By helping her understand that she went through that, to help her understand how to empower herself and have a voice so she can empower other women. Now, when we first started with her, she had the feelings of, my God, I hate my mum, I hate my dad, and all this sort of energy, because it's like you're blaming other people. And the word blame is like be lame, you don't move, right, if you're
Right.
blaming. But when she understood, oh my God, I went through this experience to learn things, to be of service, her whole attitude to her family changed, right? Because she understood that the awareness that I've gone through this for a reason, to be of service. I think that's the first step, right? Then the next step after that is, okay, this is trauma I've gone through. How can I empower myself so that I'm not, I don't call it a family tree, I call it a family web, because it's like a family web of control,
Right.
right? And yeah, quite often people control, I call them like killer spiders, like they sort of control us, right, in our family. And we help identify who the killer spider is in people's family, right? And it's about empowering yourself so that you can disconnect from that family web. And that girl, that lady has talked about, she can now express herself. And she's actually sharing with other women in her family line, like including her nieces who might be abused by her uncle, right? And she now feels empowered that she can help them.
Yeah. So really kind of helped her get out of victim mode. We always call, a lot of times we call it victim mode, you know.
Absolutely, because you're blaming other people. Whereas if you understand the bigger picture, then you don't have that victim mentality. You understand that you've gone through this experience for a reason, to be of service. And in a way, it's like training.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that though. Be lame. I didn't even think about that. Blame is you're being lame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, yeah, absolutely.
But I bet you that probably came pretty natural to you too, playing with words.
Yeah, well, I take it very playful because most people think healing's serious, but you can actually be healing very simple and very playful to help people access their playful energy. Because a lot of people, as you know, when I talked about people disconnect from their soul's illness, a lot of people disconnected from their inner child, and that's why they're serious. Because if you access that playful energy, you're not going to be thinking. Kids don't sit there and think and worry. Kids playful, and they're very playful with their energy. So a lot for me about healing is connecting people to their inner child, which is about that fun, playful energy, right?
Before we were supposed to adult and have all these responsibilities. It seems like the more we, it's like the more we were, we were supposed to adult and have all these responsibilities, we lost our knack for being playful and, like we did when we were a child or more carefree. So, yeah.
I think that playful energy is really, well, it's really fun because then you have a fun life rather than taking life seriously. Make sure if you're in your head thinking, right, well, you're not going to see life as playful, are you?
Yeah. And they always say laughter is the best medicine, right? You know,
Yeah, absolutely. I actually worked with Patch Adams. I don't know if you ever watched the movie Patch Adams.
I did. Yeah. Hmm.
He's a live person. I don't know if you realise that, but I
Yeah.
met I met him in Peru, and he took a few clowns down there, and he goes to schools and stuff to help kids and hospitals with kids. And I work with him, and he's really fun and playful. To access that playful energy that a lot of people have forgotten.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You did mention, though, freeing ourselves from the matrix. So, how do you define that in the context of healing and personal transformation?
Well, if you look at matrix, that's another word you can look at. Because matrix is ma, tricks. Ma is mother, mother of all tricks. So in a way, is the matrix all the illusions that people have of looking for validation outside of themselves, or as Eckhart Tolle would say, creating a conceptual perspective of themselves, right?
Hmm.
By what they do and their job and their age and that sort of stuff. So a lot of people look for validation outside of themselves. That's like a trick of the matrix, which I experienced to learn to be of service. Whereas to me, to get out of that matrix, it's about understanding that we're all powerful beings and we all come to the planet for a reason. And you don't need to be a slave working 50 hours a week or 60 hours a week doing a job you don't like to buy things you don't need. I mean, that's pretty crazy. You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah.
I mean, aliens are probably watching us here on the planet going, oh my God, have a look at those humans, how silly they are and stupid they are. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
I was in Kenya last year and because I like travelling, and people there work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. I mean, what sort of lifestyle is that? And they don't even get paid much money. That's being a slave. So it's about connecting to yourself knowing you've got the power to create what you want to create. You've got the power to heal yourself and to be who you are, and understanding your purpose. Like, why did you come to the planet, right?
Right.
Because, see, when I thought I didn't fit in, I thought I was crazy, but I actually realised I actually came to the planet not to fit in, but to help change the world. Because we're going through a major change in the world right now. Right. And why a lot of people don't access their abilities, you know, a point you mentioned before is because people are scared of being seen as crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, because it's not a general consensus to access your magical abilities. If you tell people you're telepathic or empathic, people or intuitive, people think you're crazy.
Yep. I think they're afraid of being told that they're crazy, or they're afraid of being judged, or, or criticized. And yeah.
Because quite often I like working with kids, right? And quite often they've got that scared because their parents aren't into that magical world, and therefore the parents can controlling them. The kids don't give themselves permission like I did, because as a kid, like I didn't give myself permission because I thought there was something wrong with me. So I love working with kids, right? Like I had this girl that she was 7 years old, this client of mine, had all these allergies, and no doctors could work out what's going on. But as soon as she came, I said to her mother, I said, I've got some good and bad news. She said, well, okay, what's the good news? I said, well, I know what's created her allergies. And she said, oh my God, what's the bad news? I said, her allergies to you. Because you're controlling her. This kid was really magical. I was
Right.
really magical, right? And the mother was controlling her because the mother didn't want her to access her magic. And when I helped change the relationship between the mother and the daughter, so the daughter had more power in her relationship, all the allergies went away.
Yeah. It's really quite incredible how our surroundings, our environment, traumas, and everything can manifest in the body and actually do you harm, and things that they keep wanting to diagnose and throw medicine at you for, when really it can be simple shifts, or something as simple as, like you said, as helping that communication between the mother and the daughter and changing that environment.
Because in a way, I look at the body is like, because sometimes people resist their pain in their body, but to me, your body's like a dashboard. It's telling you where you're at in your health. Like a dashboard in a plane, what does that tell you, right? Well, a red light goes on the plane if there's something wrong with the air pressure or something, right? Well, your body's the same, right? It sends you a red flag, which could be, a sore throat or an illness. Because what does Western medicine do is tends to cover it up.
Right.
Whereas to me, I help people know how to connect to their bodies, pick up the message, and the body can actually naturally heal, right? Or you don't need any pills, or you don't need unnecessary surgery, because you can learn how to connect to your body and learn from your body as to how you can actually learn the message and reconnect to who you are. Because every block in your body is because you're blocking who you are by holding on to some limiting thoughts from some sort of perceived trauma that you had in your life.
Yep, I totally agree. What are some of the misconceptions you think that people have about healing themselves, and how do you help them shift those beliefs?
Because you talk about the matrix, because part of the matrix is people believe that doctors know how to heal you. But the thing is, no one can heal you outside of yourself, right? Because all illnesses are caused by you blocking yourself. There's no pill or there's no app on your iPhone that are going to tell you how to heal yourself. So if anyone tells you that, I've never healed anyone. I help people heal themselves. But people got this perception from the matrix is, no, you need to have a pill, or you need to go and see a doctor who are an expert in how to heal you, right?
Right.
No, you can be your own expert by understanding that you can reverse the illness by letting go of limiting thoughts and knowing how to reconnect to who you really are.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's a lot of disconnect going on in a lot of people out there. For people that are feeling disconnected from their intuition or inner guidance, where do they begin rebuilding that relationship?
Well, as I said, the disconnection really comes because when you have a trauma, right? And to me, a trauma is something you believe you can't handle. Then what you do is you tend to have limiting thoughts. Oh my God, I can't do this. Oh my God, I don't know. Oh my God, life's too hard. Oh my God, I can't express myself. All these limiting thoughts. Now, no soul has limiting thoughts.
Right.
And as soon as you have a limiting thought, you block the flow of energy into your body. Like, if you say to yourself, I can't express myself, well, you're going to create blocks to your throat, right? Or if you say, oh, I can't, I've got no intuition, well, you're going to block your head because you want to think a lot, right? So the idea is it's about reconnecting to yourself and stop looking for acceptance outside of yourself. Or stop being a people pleaser or to try and satisfy other people to fit into the world. Part of it is actually being in your power and accepting that I've got a mission, I've come to the planet, and it's okay to be unique. See, when I left university to go and do healing, everyone in my family thought I was totally crazy. What? You don't want to be a professor and you want to go into healing? Are you crazy? You know what I mean? But what I realised is I was bringing up stuff for them because they didn't follow their dream. But I had this strong intuition inside of me, no, I need to do this. And pain is a great motivator. Like, I kept seeing that guy in hospital, my friend, he didn't die, but he almost did. And I thought, that just motivated me so much. I thought, oh my God, I don't want to be in there. And I've got to change.
Right.
So pain tends to be a great motivator, right? So that people don't take it anymore. And that pain could be a major life drama, like a relationship breakup, or the house gets burnt down or something, or a major illness, where they go, oh my God, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. And that can also be challenging too, especially if you don't have the support of your family or loved ones and they don't understand or see, what you're trying to do. And I think I found the same thing as you, is normally when people react that way, it's because they're stuck and they kind of wish they would, they wish they could do the same things, but they're not doing it.
Yeah, and that's why it's just about giving yourself permission. But if we educated people, part of like, because I'm in health education, is help. If people understood from a young age, oh my God, I'm here for a purpose. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, whatever I'm going through is okay. To learn to be of service.
Right.
That awareness is going to help people to know that, oh, okay, if I just connect to my body, I can learn from that. And I'll have to go through less pain to actually change in their life.
Yeah. So with that stigmatism that we have in the world, and I think it is getting better and it's improving, you do train others to become healer entrepreneurs. So what does it take to not only step into healing gifts, but also confidently share them with the world?
And it's really an interesting question because a big issue that a lot of healers have is low self-worth, which is what I had as a child because you're controlled by a narcissist. You think something's wrong with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the first things I said to you, it's not about confidence because healing isn't about you. It's about learning how to bring the divine through you, right? So that's a very important step. But I realise there's a lot of myths in becoming a healer because a lot of people think becoming a healer is about modality. Oh, if I learn Reiki, I'll learn kinesiology, or then I'll be a healer. No, you won't. Not to say the techniques aren't great, but you've got to understand yourself as a healer and feel confident to know you can help those people. So the way I train healers is to help them understand that whatever you've gone through in your life is training to be an expert. And therefore the clients you're going to have are going to be like you. They've gone through what you've gone through, and therefore you've got the capability to help them because you understand them. So if someone comes to me like that little kid who got controlled by a mother, I know exactly what that felt like because that was me as a child, right?
Right.
Yeah. And that's what gives you the confidence, because when you understand, okay, I went through this journey, I was able to move through it and learn from it. And if I can pass it on to other people, well, of course it's going to help them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
In a way, that's why you go through this so-called trauma, because you find a way to get out of it. To me, it's like you put a magic trick on yourself. It's a bit like Houdini. You put yourself in a cage and, oh my God, how do I get out of this, right? Well, that's what becoming a healer is, right? You've gone through some struggle, then you discover how to get out of it. And how you discover to get out of it, that's your gold nugget to give other people to help them know how to get out of it. And therefore you pass on your gift. And when I train healers this way, they go, oh my God, I know how to help people because what I went on through. Whereas a lot of healers, like I met this healer the other day, and I said, oh, what do you do? She said, I'm a massage practitioner. I said, people don't care what you do. They don't.
Right.
So how do you specifically help people? People want to know, Do you know what my issue is? Can you help me get from where I'm currently at to where I want to go? All right, which means you've got to understand their journey, which you will attract clients who are like you. If you understand that, actually becoming a healer is simple.
No, it's very valid too, because I think we get too hung up on titles and what we call ourselves and stuff, and or our processes of how we did something. But like you said, people really don't care. They just they're looking to feel better or to get through their trauma or whatever they're going through, and they need to know that someone can be there to do that for them.
Absolutely, because I say to people, right, you might have 10 certificates. Right, our lady last year who did my healer training, she had 3 certificates, but she still wasn't out there as a healer. Right. But when she did my course in 3 months, she really understood herself as a healer and now out there doing amazing healings with people. So I say to people, if you want a certificate, draw your own certificate. I am the best me in the world. And I've got these abilities from God or the universe, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So I am qualified. I don't need someone outside of me to tell me that I can help people.
No, especially when you know you've done it and you've helped people all over the world. So yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So that 3 month course, is that your online course that you're talking about that you helped somebody with?
Yeah. I've got, and you're going to put a link underneath this video, but I've got,
It'll be in the description as well.
yeah. So I've got an online school called Academy for Life Mastery, and there's about 15 courses, and those courses are 2 types, either self-healing, and I've got a self-healing course which can help you heal from anything, and I mean anything. But I also have courses to train healers. One's called Unlock Your Inner Healer, and then the other course on top of that is how to become a healer entrepreneur. Because part of from what we talked about before, stop being a slave, is you've got to empower yourself. There's a lot of healers, if you're just doing one-on-one healing, powerful, and I love doing one-on-one healings, but that limits how much money you can make. And especially if you're in COVID or something where you couldn't do one-on-one healing, right? You're not in the physical.
Right.
So I teach healers in my Healer Entrepreneur course how to actually create an online business with online courses where people can do courses while you're sleeping. So you're not exchanging time for money. That frees you up. So you're no longer a slave to the system, knowing you've got to work a certain amount of hours or you've got to be available in a certain time. So I love to help free people from the system. And probably I get that from when I was a teenager. My dad was in a job and I thought he wasn't happy. And I thought, oh my God, I don't want to be ever locked into a job and know I can't get out of it. So having that experience with my father, watching my father, that's really motivated me to know I always want to be able to, because I can travel anywhere in the world and still run my business,
Right.
right?
And I think that's what's motivating a lot of the younger generation is, they've seen their parents come home just, turning gray, stressed out, and they don't want the same thing for themselves.
No, and especially in Australia, like Australians love to travel, right? And therefore, if you can travel as well as running a business online, well, you have a lot of fun in life, right? Because I love traveling. So
Oh, yeah.
that enables you to actually enjoy your life and not being a slave to the system where, oh my God, I can only get 2 weeks holiday a year or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most people in America, I think it's about 70%, never actually leave America.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know the percentage is very, very high. It's like 85% never take their vacation time and they have unused vacation. I didn't know it was that high that they don't even leave the U.S.
Yeah, totally. And there's
Wow.
so much in the world to explore.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. What is your favorite place? What is your favorite place that you've been to?
Well, each country's got different. I really like Colombia. And it's really funny because when I went to South America, I didn't feel like going to Colombia. But everyone told me when I was traveling, you got to go to Colombia. The people got this perception it's risky and stuff. And actually, it's not risky. You know what I mean? You can be you can be in Los Angeles and walking out at night. To me, that's very risky, right?
That could be risky. Yeah.
But in Colombia, it's not. I can walk around at night and it's safe. I mean, certain places you can't go to because of drugs, but people are very, very friendly there, and it's a very beautiful country. It's very cheap to travel around in Colombia, and they've got beaches and they've got the jungle, and they've got some beautiful cities. And but I really like the people. The people are so friendly. It's good idea to speak Spanish, and I speak Spanish because then you can communicate to people. I mean, not many people speak English there, so
Right.
learning Spanish is be very beneficial. But I was in Kenya last year, and I really like Kenya as well for different reasons. You know, there's a whole different. I love experiencing different cultures. You know, learning
Yeah.
different food, different things people do. Yeah.
I traveled a lot with the military, but I always told people I'm like traveling for the when you're in the military and traveling on your own terms is two different things. But there's still, I mean, there's just so many places to see. I have a very long live list. I've been in travel for over 19 years now, and it's like the more I learn about different places, the longer my live list gets. I don't do bucket lists. I have a live list.
Yeah, no, my next place is Mexico, which I want to go to, right? And but to do that, you've got to create the money and the time so that you can go away for a few months. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Just enjoy life and enjoy time and take your family and yeah. So that's why it's about creating. That's why I love to help healers, not just to be a healer doing one-on-ones, but to be a healer entrepreneur and being able to create many things. Right? Like I'm an author, I've written 7 books, and I do retreats and do various things. Right? So that I can create the abundance and also create the time to live the lifestyle I really like, but also having a major influence in the world. You know, I've helped people heal from over 50 countries of all sort of ailments.
yeah.
Right?
And I
And
think that is just very impactful to be able to do that, to make such a difference. And because I call it a sick care system of what we have here, but to help people break free from that matrix and get into this, live their life, enjoy it, be healthy on their own terms. Yeah, I personally don't know anything better than
I,
that.
I feel that too. Like, you know, when I saw that 7-year-old total change, like, she rang me up. She was quite funny, actually. She's 7 years old. And she said to Mum, can Paul be my boyfriend? And I was sort of, and I said, Mum, I think what she really meant, she wants to talk to me because she had no magical people in her life. But I remember Laura when she rang me up after 1 month, and she was so excited because she could eat an ice cream. And she couldn't eat ice creams because of all her allergies. But it totally changed her life. And I go, oh my God, what else would you like to do in life? When you see these people totally change their life and they light up, and you know, what impact is she going to have in the world? You know, this is one person. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah,
that's
I've met a couple of them. It's just incredible the place that they're at. I'm like, okay, here I am, 50 something, just now learning this. So to see someone younger, 7, 10, and like get it and be able to, yeah, that's just going to be something to see where they go to.
and as you know, there's evolution. You know, the kids who are coming to the planet now are very highly aware, and that's helping part of the evolution. But it's quite interesting because because I can talk to kids who haven't come to the planet yet, I actually help women who can't get pregnant. Like this lady came to me and she tried all these IV programs and none of them worked, and she thought something physically wrong with her. And I said, no, there's nothing wrong with you. Because when she was talking to me in my consulting room, the spirit came into the room and I said, who are you? And the spirit said, oh, I'm her future son. I said, okay, why aren't you coming into your mother? And he told me. All right. He said, I'm telling you because I've tried to talk to my mum, but she can't hear because she's not open to her magical abilities, right? When I
Right.
told mum what block she's got coming from her future son, she said that's all spot on. So I said, well, if you want to get pregnant, you've got to deal with this, this, and this. And 3 weeks later, she got pregnant. So there's nothing physically wrong with her. It's
Right.
just the kids coming to the planet now want to be highly involved, and they want their parents, and they want to go through all the shit that we probably went through, right? Because they
Right.
want their parents to be more aware. So in a
Wow.
way, spiritual midwife, that's one thing I can put on my business card.
You can add that one too. Yeah, that's really incredible.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so what have you seen happen in people's lives that when they really step into their own healing power? What have you seen?
I'll give an example of a client, right? This client was on 28 painkillers a day. And when I saw him, I was very direct. I said, I think you're close to death. Because like this auburn grey colour.
Mm-hmm.
He said, yeah, I think I am as well. I do body work as well. And I couldn't touch his body. He couldn't even shower. He was in so much pain.
Wow.
And I said to him, my intuition is telling me if you come for 2 sessions a week for a month, you'll be off all painkillers. And that actually happened. I'm not kidding. He was 50 years old, but he looked 35 at the end. But it not only made him healthy, I also connected him to his purpose, which he was very excited, and he went and created this business. He was actually working with worms. He had this fascination with worms, right? So what he did, he created this thing for, because dog shit is actually very toxic. I don't know if you realise that. Of course, a lot of kids are out in the backyard and they pick up dog shit and eat it. Well, they can get very ill. So he
Right.
made worms are like the large intestines of the earth. So what he does is he got this machine where you put worms into this into the dirt. So you anywhere with a dog shit, you just put it into this machine, and the worms eat the shit, and then what comes out is very clean earth, right?
Wow. Okay.
And it's a great, and you think, oh my God, how did you think of that? But he loved it because obviously something happened to one of his brothers or sisters eating dog shit, right? So he was motivated, and he created a business out of that was extremely successful.
Wow.
Just changed his whole, and I got about 30 clients out of that because they didn't even ask me what I did. Oh my God, if you can do that to him, help him, well, my
Right.
God, I'll help you.
Yeah, and that's always good when you had somebody that has that experience. It's like, oh, you can say you need to talk to this person, and it's like,
Absolutely. And that's why people, it's not about certificates. All these people had no idea what I did, but
right.
they know I can help them.
Yeah, when and people, you're hearing it, you're telling the story, and people are hearing it, and people may be thinking you're full of it, but people that know that person have seen that, and it's like, okay, I want that experience, right?
Totally, as you know, satisfied customers are the best way to promote because it's not coming from your mouth. It's coming from someone who's happy and know it works.
Right. Yeah, and people that have been there and can see the change. So, yeah.
Oh, and probably another one is like a lady with MS, multiple sclerosis. And I know what the cause of that is you've got this thought you've lost control of your body, so your body's just living it out. And this lady was an athlete, so that you imagine the impact this had on her.
Oh,
Being on.
wow, yeah.
Now she came to me for one session, and I understood when I connected to her body, right, my intuition told me this happened 7 years ago. I said, "What happened 7 years ago?" And she said, "I gave birth. I knew that was it." And her even explaining the process of when she gave birth, she said there was complications in the birth, and I felt I lost control of my body. Now, if whatever you say to your body lives out. Your body isn't attached to what you choose to live, right?
Right.
To learn. So I want to help her reconnect to her body and help her understand why she created that experience. 2 days later, 2 days, she literally walked into my healing room. Do you reckon she was excited? Oh my God, you know what I mean? And she got back into athletics and all that. Oh my God, she was so excited. You know what I mean? And that's why doing this job is so inspiring and exciting because you can help these people change their lives at such a transformational level and help the world, which is why I thought we're all here.
No, that is incredible. And you can help these people online too, right? It's not you're not even talking about it being necessarily in person.
No, because you can connect to people, and this is about like we're talking about connecting to abilities. I've helped people heal. I've never ever met them. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just like, can you help my grandmother? She was in a nursing home in another state in Australia. And I said, yeah, just she was getting these massive headaches, and I just thought, no, tell your grandmother to really be open and connect. And tonight I'm going to connect to her and help her heal herself. She woke up next morning and she had no headaches, and she hasn't had headaches since. So
Wow.
you can do. It's called remote healing, but you can do that anywhere in the world. And you don't even need to have met them. You just connect to their energy. And that's part of and we've all got that ability, but just being open to connect to our abilities.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I have a friend that has struggled with MS, but I know she has abilities, and she's been looking to figure out how to be more open or tap into her abilities more. I think she's probably a lot like me, where we get thinking too much of how
Oh,
how do you do that, and then the thinking gets in the way.
oh, yeah, and that's where it's about being intuitive, and it's like any ability, right? If you want to have a good ability to ride a bike, well, you just got to keep doing it, right?
Right.
Well, so much intuition, well, you got to practice to be aware of things around you and not think, right?
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest thing that holds people back from healing and stepping into their purpose?
Thinking is number one, right? Two is thinking is about them. And it's really interesting, if you look at the word illness and wellness, illness has got I in it and wellness has got we in it. So a lot of your suffering comes because you believe something's happening to me, as I talked about, right? In terms
Right.
of, I'll give another experience. I had this girl who, she got sold as a sex slave at the age of 6 years old in India. Quite a common thing in India, right?
Right.
Leaked by the young girls, right? Now she was very dramatic because she always, oh my God, am I such a bad person? My mum wants to sell me. Oh my God, all these men have sexually abused me. So when you take something personally, you're going to suffer. When you understand, no, you've gone through this experience to be of service, the we, you're helping the we, right? Not,
Yeah.
when I helped this girl change her perception, right, from, and all the negative thinking, oh, it's all about me, to, oh my God, maybe you came to the world to help change the system in India. She's back in India now, excited and inspired, helping these girls, and she got a law degree, changing the system.
Wow.
So change of perspective, I think, is a really important part of healing.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. So, if there's one message you want every listener to walk away with today about their own ability to heal and transform, what would it be?
First of all, it's to know it's possible. You got to believe it. And secondly, is really knowing that you can connect to your own body and own symptoms to understand it. And in my self-healing course, I talk about a 4-step process. And I'm going to give people a special offer if they get my self-healing course. I'm going to give them also a healing session with it, right? But there's a 4-step process that you can go through and actually heal, and it's actually simple and can be fun. See, the part of the matrix is to make it complicated. Oh my God, I can't do this. Healing's too complicated. No, I'm opposite. I like to make things simple, right?
Right.
And healing can be simple if you understand it, right? So I think the core message for me would be, no, reconnect to yourself by knowing how to heal yourself, by connecting to your body and giving yourself permission to go really and live your purpose and to help change the world, because we're all here for.
Yeah. So you do. I know you said you do retreats. So you do one-on-one coaching, or do you do group coaching, or both, or?
I do everything, whatever the universe is asking me to do. I like doing one-on-ones, which can be online or it can be in the physical. And obviously in the physical, I also do body work, because like with my body work, I can help people. I use about 15 different energy techniques, and I can help people get over scoliosis, a curvature of the spine, in one session, right?
Wow.
Because I deal with the underlying cause of it. But I can help people one-on-one, or I can do groups. I got a meet-up group as well where I do talks regularly, right? Or people can do my courses online, healing your mother wound, or healing your father wound, or how to overcome dominating people, or whatever particular issue they've got. I help people in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, and that's incredible. I love that because there's some people that just say, "Oh, no, I'm just doing this, just doing that," but you just, yeah, such a beautiful soul. You just roll with whatever. Is there any other remarkable stories, or one that really stands out to you that you want to share with everybody?
I can tell you so many remarkable stories, like working with people from 50 different countries. I've helping people heal a lot. But even for myself, like I had a heart attack 2 years ago, and I didn't go to hospital. I laid in bed. I felt like 50 people were standing on my chest. I could hardly breathe.
Wow.
I thought I was going to die. I actually rang out my girlfriend, and she said, "Oh, no, Paul, you better heal it yourself." I said, "Aren't you going to give me any sympathy?" She said, "No, you can heal it," because she knew me, right? And I thought, "Oh my God!" So I just connected to my heart, and I just learnt what the message was, and then the pain just disappeared. I'm talking 10 minutes. It was like I went from total in pain, thought I was going to die, but to really connect to my heart and understand what my heart was telling me. And then it just all disappeared. It's like this white light went through my body and it just all disappeared.
That's incredible. I mean, that's a whole different level because normally the people that I know, even myself, when something like that happens, your first mode is to kind of like go into panic and what you do, but you have to actually stay pretty calm and focused to be able to go within and concentrate on that.
Well, I sort of panicked at first up, but I thought, I should go to hospital. And my body said to me, "Don't go to hospital because you know you hate them." So I knew I was in hospital. I was actually by myself that night too. Then I was home. That's where I rang up my girlfriend. I think when my girlfriend just steadied me, she just reminded me, no, Paul, you can do this. No, I can do this. This is what I teach other people. And I thought, no, I can do this. So it's like sometimes when you're in a crisis, you just access that, oh, I've got to do this right now and be present.
Yeah. That is great awareness right there, because there's so many times where we're so good at helping others, and then when it happens to us we kind of forget what we teach others. But to have that awareness and say, nope, I've got this, and you can do it, that's incredible.
And I think we sometimes we go through those experiences to remember what you're helping other people with. Oh, okay, Paul, this is what you teach other people. Oh, can you actually still do it yourself? Oh, okay, thanks for that.
Yeah, thank you for the reminder.
Thanks for the reminder. I can actually do it, and it is possible.
Yeah. Paul, we've got about 3 minutes left. You are such a delight. What would you, anything else you want to make sure that the audience knows before we end today?
Well, I like to make life simple, and I'm going to leave with 6 words, which is my philosophy about life.
Okay.
Know yourself, reconnect yourself, know yourself, be yourself, share yourself. They're my 6 words. Know yourself, find out who you really are, not this conceptual self in the matrix. Who are you really? Give yourself permission to be who you are. Don't worry about being seen as crazy, because the world's crazy. So give yourself permission to be who you are, and then share yourself with the world, because I believe we all came here with special abilities to help the world. I'm not a singer, so you're not going to find me on any open mic at that karaoke night. You'll never find me there. I'm not a singer. But I know what my abilities are, and when you find out your abilities by knowing who you are, you know you can help the world. I feel we've all got special abilities, and that's why I like the word mission. Mission, be is me, shine. Allow yourself to shine.
Yes, they do. And you can tell people shine when they're doing what they were meant to do, or what they were purposely driven to do, because everything else is just making ends meet, and it wears on you. It wears on your health. It wears on everything.
Absolutely. So I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to be on this program, and I hope what we've shared today will help transform some people's lives.
Oh, I hope so too. I mean, it's such a pleasure, and I look forward to doing that online course myself, because I'm definitely curious. But and there's plenty of people I know I could connect you with. But yeah, I thank you so much for taking the time. I love the insights and the perspectives and everything that you've shared with everybody today. So thank you so much for being here with us today.
My pleasure, Laura, and best wishes for everyone and with their journey in their life.
Absolutely. Everybody, you heard it here. So if any of that resonates with you, reach out and connect with Paul. As always, we appreciate you being here. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Monday and a wonderful rest of your week. And we will catch you all next time.
Bye for now.